This week's all-new episode of The Flash was called The Fury of Firestorm, and as the title should have told you, this was a super Firestorm-centric episode. Now, over the last couple of shows, we had seen Dr. Stein had taken ill after being separated from Ronnie Raymond, and here we find out he's gonna die if he doesn't find a new compatible match for him to fuse with. Things get quite complicated, however, when Team Flash finds not just one suitable replacement, but two: kind-hearted mechanic and former football star Jefferson Jackson, and the brilliant yet egomaniacal Henry Hewitt. And why yes, before you even have to ask, these two men are indeed characters from the original Jerry Conway Firestorm comics. How cool is that? You see, in the comics, Jefferson was actually a close friend and basketball teammate of Ronnie Raymond's. Now he's gotten promoted to a new Firestorm in the show. I gotta say, I really dig Franz Drama portrayal. He's very charismatic and very vulnerable all at the same time. He does a great job selling the whole reluctant hero angle, something that Barry never exactly dealt with in the show because he just sorta jumped in, you know, with both feet. Catelyn also got some good development this episode, as she sort of feels that she might be disrespecting Ronnie's memory by more or less finding his replacement. Loss and moving forward were definitely central themes for this episode, and they were reflected mostly in Catelyn's treatment of Jefferson. Now, Hewitt, on the other hand, was a Firestorm villain called Tokamak. Here, Henry gets his powers after a failed fusion attempt with Stein, which is interesting because in the comics, Tokamak tried really hard to recreate the Firestorm axe, and here his motivation is mostly out of revenge. What with being passed over for the whole superhero job and everything. The next obvious step is, of course, to become a supervillain. On the more personal, less spandecky side of the Fury of Firestorm, we find Iris finally meeting with her estranged mother, and I must say, this was some very heavy stuff going on here, and all the actors excelled at delivering all the built-up pathos that these people would have had to have had. I'm glad to say that now that she's free of the whole love triangle issues from the first season, it's great to see Iris has been given more freedom to grow as a person, and it is a huge, very, very welcome improvement. Now, if only Patty could improve. Sadly, she's still playing very much like Flashicity, coming on way too strong and more or less just throwing herself at Barry's feet. They try and play it off like she had her own thing to do this episode, mostly involving her attempting to hunt down a shark metahuman, but I'll talk more about that at the very end. The Iris Mother storyline also just so happened to come packing two giant bombs. The first one being that Francine is sick with, get this, I shit you not, McGregor syndrome. Yes, the very same disease Alfred had in the Batman and Robin movie. It's a crazy pull like this that makes me love The Flash as a show so very much. I mean, can you imagine the brass balls it takes to remind people of what is widely considered to be one of DC's greatest failures, but not only for them to do it, but, you know, be totally serious and totally earnest about the whole thing? Oh, but that's not all. There's also the fact that Iris may very well have a brother she never knew about. Could this be Daniel West, or perhaps a radically re-envisioned version of Wally? Only time will tell, but I can say I am super interested to see where this goes. The episode ended on a very poetic note with a big old fight scene between the Flash, Firestorm, and Tokamak right where the episode began. Flash even kinda hangs back and lets the new Firestorm have his moment in the sun. It's a very bold move and one that I felt paid off in a big way. Already, Fury of Firestorm was easily going to be one of the better episodes of this season, but they totally take it to the next level in the final moments, as Barry comes face to face with King freaking Shark. Never in a million years did I ever think I would see this villain in live action, let alone on TV, and even more than that, rendered like in an actual cool kind of way. Oh, The Flash, how you continue to spoil and surprise me. In summation, for its strong character focus, great theming, and dealing with some very mature subject matters in some very adult ways, I give The Fury of Firestorm a 9 out of 10. This was a damn good episode, and I can't wait to see how they plan to build on it in the future. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll feel like checking out some more videos I have on offer here at Cape Jewel.